What's the first thing you think of when I say Marilyn Monroe? Is it her platinum hair? What about the cherry red lips? Or that voice? What about the birthmark? Did you know that your brand is your business birthmark? My name is Rhonda Swan, and I have helped thousands of small business owners and online marketers to define their brand, to truly connect with their audience so that they choose them over anyone else in the marketplace. So what do you think? Do you have a brand or business birthmark? You know, when you have a congruent and concise and clear message, your customers know exactly what you have to offer. In fact, when you know everything about your audience, what they do, what they like, the values they have, they begin to make a decision right away and choose you over anyone else. Guys, I'm so excited to be able to share branding with you. So go on over, unlock that lesson, and I'll see you on the inside. Be unstoppable. And we are live. Welcome, everyone. Happy, Wednesday to you. Happy Thursday to us here in Bali, Indonesia. Welcome to the Freedom-Preneur Show. It's awesome to have all of you are joining me. Let's see, I think sounds like somebody's unmuted. No? I can hear myself talking to myself. There we go. All right, awesome. There we go. All right, so welcome, everyone. Great to have you guys here. If you are joining us from somewhere around the world, make noise below. Let us know where you're joining us in from. My name is Rhonda Swan, the unstoppable mama of the unstoppable family, part of this wild, crazy creation called the Freedom-Preneur Movement. I've got some really great guests with me today, guys, so we're gonna have a really cool show. I'm really excited about today because we just got out of an event here in Bali, Indonesia about 3 weeks ago. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But before we get going, many of you guys are here because you were either invited by someone in our tribe. We like to call ourselves the Unstoppable Freedom-Preneur Tribe, a group of powerful change makers. That means that we think differently. We are either vagabonds, wanderlust, families, travelers, digital nomads, those that just really think in a different way, think in a way that, I guess if you want to call it, goes against the norm, right? We're rule breakers. We like to call ourselves freedompreneurs, and we're really about crushing that standard way, that status quo of how people need to not only live their life, raise their kids, earn an income, travel around the world, whatever it is that, breaks that norm that we were all put in. I'm an American, so as you guys can already tell, we got a lot of internationals here. We're all from around the world, but we're all part of this amazing planet Earth from under one group of people. But our mindsets are very similar in this group. We do things very different. I was a corporate executive. Goodness, now it's been 12 years. And I started to look at the way the trends were moving in the marketplace, and the online world was really growing. And I knew nothing about the internet. In fact, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat for sure, none of these social media or these platforms that allowed you to connect with the world were even around. But what I did is I realized that there were some changes that were taking place in our world and in our economy, and that, of course, as we all know, especially if you're an American citizen, we've had elections, and there's a lot of craziness that goes on around when someone else is controlling what you do with your life or for your family or how you earn an income. And I got really wise to that. So 12 years ago, corporate executive, kind of loving and running that cush style job, I just said, I'm not doing it anymore. And the reason behind it was because I actually witnessed a woman put a brand new baby in daycare. And many of you have heard me share this story, and I'm not going to go very deep. But if you haven't heard me share it, it was because I had a moment of clarity. Here I was driving my car every day for an hour in traffic, and going to work for this massive corporation, GlaxoSmithKline Pharmaceuticals. Oddly enough, I realized what was happening in that industry. But I saw this woman put her brand new baby in daycare, and I hadn't had a child at the time, and I thought, if I'm going to continue with this path, I will never really be able to have a family or to be, you know, that womanly figure that my mother was for me. But I still wanted to earn an income. And now, you know, at the time it was like I just wanted to make, you know, into the six-figure realm, really live a nice, solid lifestyle. But at that time, money wasn't important to me. It was time, and it was being able to raise a family. So I just tapped into this online world. And a lot of things came up for me. I learned so much that was taking place. In fact, I actually started researching business models and business structures. And what I found is, can we make sure everyone's muted down there? That'd be great. And what I noticed is that there was different business models that people were leveraging. And, you know, like the franchise model and the brick and mortar model, although you'd be able to run your own business, what I found was that you still were kind of locked in and you didn't have a lot of freedoms. And the internet was the one space that was going to give me freedoms that I was looking for. And so I just started learning, digging really deep into to learning the internet and actually understanding online marketing. And I learned from people like Perry Marshall, high-end marketers now in this industry space. Mark Hoverson, you know, Mike Dillard, and if you guys know these guys at all, you know, Steve Jobs, actually one of the number one. But if you know them at all, they did something really quickly in the industry, which was instantly create an online brand and awareness. And so that's what I started to do. I became an affiliate. That's a name we call here in the online space. It means that if you don't have a product or a program yourself, you actually leverage someone else that has created products or programs that you can believe in. So that's what I did, because I didn't have any know-how to create products or programs. I had a lot of motivation, and I had a why that we like to call it in our space here. And so that's what I did. I found a high-end personal development company that I really loved their products. I started to refer my, you know, friends and family and people that I knew to just learn more about it. And so lo and behold, I built this massive business, had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of failures, but there's a few things that I learned along the way. And there was 8, I call them like the 8 puzzle pieces that I'm going to share with you guys today. And I'm going to have actually our panel speak a bit about kind of the areas that they've been able to tap into and to really learn, help you guys if you're brand new or wondering, how can I tap in, or how can I start earning, let's say, a residual income. We like to, you know, kind of call it leveraging the digital economy, meaning that you're able to earn an income, you know, working on the internet, whether it means selling your own products, your own services, leveraging someone else's while you're building your own. And I'll share with you guys a bit about what I mean by that. But we just started, as I've been in this industry now, it'll be 12 years. In fact, this is a big month for us. We're actually celebrating our 8 years of world travel, because we started working online 12 years ago, 4 years into it, lost everything, and decided to sell it all and go travel around the world for 2 years just to kind of get our life back in order. Well, sure enough, we found out that the world is amazing and that you don't have to be locked in to a home in order to build an income. And that was also when the transition started to take place online. Skype popped up. We're like, what? Wait. We can actually talk to people. We can call our leads on Skype while we're driving around in an RV in Australia. Like, that blew our mind. So 2 years into our world travel, we just decided never to go back to the United States. And so we're celebrating 8 years. In fact, we're celebrating it next week. 8 years of world travel. We are celebrating our 13-year wedding anniversary. And I will be releasing my very first real book. I put a lot of ebooks together, and I did a real funny thin one like a year ago. Look at this. This is my very first book. Look at the margins. Like, so embarrassing how hilarious these margins are. But you know what? I did it. I got one out there. It super sucks. In fact, my husband every day, Brian, writes me a note, because we write each other letters every morning, and he etches on my coffee mug. You see this morning, he had a big heart. And I had a little note. This is my Echo Beach mug, by the way. You guys notice? We live in Echo Beach here in Bali, so I'm just kind of like giving them some props. Come to Bali, go to Echo Beach. It's a cool restaurant. Anyways, Brian writes on this, but then he writes me a little note. And so he uses my book, and he opens it every day, and he writes in between the lines. So I now realize why it was so embarrassing that it looked so funny in the margins? It was for a reason. So Brian and I can talk to each other in between the lines for my book. Anyways, I'm digressing, but this is the fun part that you can do when you are, you know, traveling around and just making your own rules, right? But this was my first book, and I am celebrating my very first real book. Skills Are Cheap, Passion is Priceless. I'm super pumped about this. It's like a total selfless plug, but it's like, wow, 8 years in the making, and I'm finally going to have this book done. And you guys can get on the list because it launches on the 25th. But anyway, so this is what we're up to. And so we decided to put together what's called the Freedom-Preneur Movement. And we've got a massive tribe, a worldwide tribe from around the world. And what we are, guys, is we're really a community, because I want to kind of give some clarity. What we are is a community of like-minded individuals that want to leverage the digital economy. And what we do is we actually teach entrepreneurs, small business owners, or completely new entrants how to leverage the digital economy, how to build their own brand on the internet. If you're a small business owner, we teach how to actually grow and scale your business using social media. And we do it by done-for-you services, meaning we have a full business-in-a-box program. Or we also have our do-it-yourself, which is called our Freedom-Preneur Academy, that really teaches the, I don't like to say the right way, because that would mean we're saying that we are right, but I do feel and believe that there is a right way to be a marketer and to leverage this economy. It's not about flashing the things that I have. It's not about flashing what I do or the amount of money that I make. It's really about learning the proper ways to educate, provide value, to inspire people. And if they need your assistance, like our group, if you're like, wow, I need things like a website or a high converting blog or an authority to look like authority in my niche. I need to understand what a sales funnel is. I need, you know, high-end graphics and video assets, right? These are the type of things that you really do require and need to be an online presence. And so if you're like, wow, I need that, well, then you can take a look at either our education program, which is our academy, and or you can certainly check us out and see if we can help you in the done-for-you services. But that's what we do. Now, what we are not, is I want to say it all right off the top, is we are not connected to any type of affiliate program. In fact, there's a lot of companies out there, and some people, I was in the online world for such a long time, that we're not connected to a network marketing company or any type of MLM companies. And so just for clarity, we are a full encompass, our own program, Freedom-Preneur Academy and Movement, and it really is for inspiring people like you. So I'm really grateful that you guys were here. We want to help connect the dots for a lot of people that have never understand what the digital economy was. You might be disenfranchised because you've been with other companies that you no longer can stay connected to. Things are shifting way too much in these worlds, and you just want to be part of a great group that you can build your own business and your own brand. Great spot for you. We got thousands of people that just share, and that's what this show was created 8 years for, to just bring entrepreneurs together, to share, to learn, to grow best practices, and learn what's possible when you tap into a really an unknown industry. It's so untapped right now that we're rapidly growing. But it was funny because I saw a video that popped up from Facebook, which I absolutely love Facebook memories. And it was a video I did 8 years ago, 5 days before I left on my travels around the world, 5 days before. And it was talking about Forbes, I think, did an article about, leveraging the digital economy. They didn't call it that back then, but they said that it was actually our labor board in the U.S. that in 2010, get this, that I think it was like 8 out of 9 people will actually be claiming on their taxes as self-employed because they've either got some type of business that they're building on their own, or they're leveraging other companies, but they are positioning themselves as self-employed. That was in 2010. So now we're in 2016, almost stepping into the 17. What's happened since then, right? Like 9 out of 10 households now not only are building residual income some way, some form, they're creating their own products and programs, and they're building their own personal brands. And that is what I am the most inspired about. So you guys are absolutely in the right place. I'm glad to have you here. So I'm going to start kind of opening up. I've got a really killer panel, and I want to allow you guys to learn a bit about not only just their story, but what they're doing inside of the Freedom-Preneur movement, because many of you guys are like, oh, gosh, I want to learn from them, or I want to see how, if it's possible for me. But there's 8 different pieces of a puzzle. And if you guys read a post that I wrote, I gave you 5 of the pieces, and there's 3 pieces that were missing, and how I've been able to, and of course our family and thousands of others that we have worked with in our Freedom-Preneur movement, and our tribe, we like to call them, have done in order to not only leverage, but to build successes. And I've helped thousands of people build not only businesses, but generate 6 figures, working on the internet, traveling around the world. And I don't ever take responsibility for anyone, because I believe that you take responsibility for the actions that you take and what you want. But if we can be part of that puzzle, then of course we are all can help each other leverage and build. But one thing is that you have to have a great community. That's how I was able to build quickly, is I created a community of people that were like-minded, that we can leverage off of each other, ask questions, built a brand that wasn't connected to any other company. Now, if you guys are online marketers and you are connected to a company, kudos to you, because it's a great way to learn. But I'm going to teach you something right now. If you are going to maintain any type of longevity or brand building, you've got to build your own personal brand. I call it, offering and selling, the destination, not the plane. The company that you're with is kind of the plane, it's the vehicle. You are the destination. People will buy from people, and they want to buy from a brand. You will lose a lot of ground if you're selling and offering your company first. So build your brand for longevity. Will it take a bit longer? Possibly. But will it last longer and have legacy? Absolutely. Right? So that was number 2. So number 3 is you have to have great coaching and mentorship. People that are truly in it to teach you what they've learned, and that you can ask questions and really have someone that's there to guide you that has done it before. 4th is you got to take responsibility. That was a big one. Instead of blaming others for the successes I wasn't having in the first 9 months of business, I just took total responsibility. And that meant I went to live events, which is like number 5. I invested in myself. I started to tap in and educate myself and learn from the right people and the right sources. And then, of course, what took me to the next level, and this is why I want to introduce these guys next, is that it was about having the necessary assets in order for you to be an authority in your niche, or actually be looked upon as someone that actually adds value. You have to have necessary assets. We call them digital assets, but people are like, what the heck is that? Well, things like a website or a blog, something that shows you and your story shares your values and what you believe in. Second is a sales funnel, a way that you're not calling everyone individually, you're actually allowing a process to work. A sales process that works for you while you might be with your kids, right? That might mean emails and a sales funnel that walks people through. In fact, if you guys are here and you're actually click on the do-it-yourself button that goes to our academy, you're going to see how that sales funnel works. It's called our Kickstarter program, and it's an education piece, but it walks you guys through stages by stages, and then it keeps some automation. So if you're building a business online, you got to understand what a sales funnel is. And then, of course, things like high-profile imagery and graphic designs and high professional filmed videos that we do at our events. And that's something that every one of these guys have had access to. Because if you don't, and you're not starting to think about your brand and building your own programs and your own products, then guess what? You're going to forever be connected to someone else, and they're always going to dictate what you are and what you offer. So our mission here at the Freedom-Preneur movement is to give you all the assets you require, give you the education you need, and assist you in starting to tap into what is your passions and what can you package up, productize, monetize, and then automate, so that you actually have your own programs that you can leverage, so that you're no longer relying on anyone else or a company to do that. And that is what we're all about. So with that being said, I've kind of went through all 8 of those pieces of the puzzle. And the reason why I took a bit of time, and thank you for allowing me to do that, is because every one of these guys here, these are our VIP tribe members, and of course everyone is a VIP in our eyes, but most recently all of them were at our Bali Mastermind event. They're Business in a Box members, we like to call it, meaning they had the done for you services, and they also attended one of our masterminds. And so what I want to do is I want to have them share a bit about not only what their brand are, what they're building, but really what their mission is, and now, you know, what they learned from the event, and now what they're doing moving forward. Because if you are only building something to help you, that's great. In the beginning, be selfish. But we've got to be building something that we know we can add value to the world, because we're parents, right? We're entrepreneurs. If it's all self-serving, guess what? It's only going to last so long. It's only short-lived. So we're building long-lived, legacy-built businesses, legacy brands that people can totally follow and be proud of. And we want to learn from these guys. So what I'm going to do is, I know that Tom and Inge's here in part of the Dutch nomad family, by the way, the two of them. They live here in Bali. Inge's here in Bali, and I believe Tom is in Hong Kong, getting ready to go to the airport. So we got to get you guys out here. We met you guys, like, I don't know, back in last year in December. So a big year of complete, like, 360 degrees have taken place, the Dutch nomad family, not only with your villa, but with your online business. Inge's now, you know, a health and wellness coach. So guys, why don't you come out here, Dutch nomad family, and share a bit about where you're at, what your experiences are, and what's going on with you guys, so we can get some and learn more about what's happening with the Dutch nomad family. How are you?
Hi, Rhonda. Good morning. Thank you for having us. And also good morning to my husband, Tom. Hi, sweetie.
All good. Yeah.
So I guess this directly tells who we are, the Dutch nomad family, since Tom is in Hong Kong and I'm in Bali. So yeah, we have left the Netherlands over 5 years ago. Also because what we wanted was what you referred to in the beginning of your when you started the show, like breaking with the norm that we felt was holding us back a little bit. So we kind of knew how the next 15 years of our life was going to look like, and we just didn't want to know that. We're more of adventurous people. So we left for Bali, actually, to travel a year, but we decided to stay on Bali because we love the island, and it became our home base. And now we travel a lot around the world from Bali. So we take our kids, our work, education with us, and then yeah, we just go and explore the world and yeah, educate ourselves in this way.
And then what happened about indeed 1 year ago, as Rhonda already introduced, is we met Brian and Rhonda, great guys, and they actually explained us a bit about the online world. And we happened to have a villa in Bali that we moved out of. And Rhonda said, what do you do with it? And we said, well, we have it on Airbnb, and yeah, sometimes people stay there, but we don't put a lot of effort in it. And then we actually decided to make work of it and build a great website for the villa, made a video, made professional pictures, and we started to rock it with the villa and marketing this physical asset online. And that was actually only the start, because by starting such a process, we started to dig deeper in ourselves, and we found out, and with the great help and mentorship of Brian and Rhonda, that our story, our life story in itself, could be a great foundation to inspire other families to sort of explore if it would be an opportunity for them as well to break out of their 9-to-5 lives wherever in the world and start to live a life with more freedom.
Well, and I love that, you guys, because the two of you, that you're like such a perfect example. You didn't know anything about it, but you were already living this nomadic life. You were just like building it on the ground. Now you've got so many different ways that you are able to not only, you know, be with your family, but leverage all different types and forms of businesses. And it, you know, it just develops from just a small bit of education. How did that start for you guys? I know you guys just started to really learn, and it's like I always say to everyone, we're like a quantum leap away from like understanding and things blowing up for you. Will you guys share how your experiences were in that? Because you guys just started investing in yourself like crazy.
Yeah, we did. So, because there was always this interest in the online world. So I guess that helped. And having actually the villa to directly implement everything we learned was a good thing. And what we did is, I mean, a lot of people have this idea, because you also said it in your introduction, at some point you automate your business and everything, you know, but it's hard work in the beginning. It's just hard work. And what we did is mindset, and also in the academy, and when you coached us, there's a lot of mindset. And what really helped me is to actually realize how important that element is. So I have the tendency myself to just start working, just doing. But in the academy and in the mentoring, there is so much time, every time over and over again, to take a step back and think about your why, giving to people, positive mindset, and also then, you know, continuing doing what you're doing. So what I did for myself, I just kept on learning, listening. Even if I don't understand what it is yet, I will just listen, question, and keep on going. And then at some point, you really experience that quantum leap, because, you know, then the jigsaw just falls in place and you're like, yeah. So,
yeah. And may I add to this, because the mindset is one thing, and doing the things that you need to do. But another element which is very important is the digital assets. Because we already built a website back in April, but and the website was great, and it shows our story. But what it did not yet have is sort of a follow-up process. It did not have a call to action. It did not have a sales funnel attached to it. And that is what we now recently got in place by moving further in the line of things, and by attending the mastermind. So we have those high-end videos. We have the sales funnel in place. So now actually our philosophy that we put down, and our why and our about us, is also turning into a business. So how cool is that? And in the meantime, I also have a sort of regular job, which I can do in a very flexible way, and which allows me to travel throughout Asia, and that is something that I love to do. But with this Dutch nomad family concept now, that is a fantastic residual income stream that is about to grow and probably getting more dominant over time.
Yeah, I love it, you guys. It's really powerful, and you're just a really great testament to, you know, how quickly you can grow and how tough it is. There's a lot of work involved. I mean, heck, no one ever said that being an entrepreneur was going to be easy. But what I think is really funny is that so many people think, oh, this online world, it's so sexy and so savvy. Let me just throw some money somewhere and I'm going to start making money. Absolutely not the case. In fact, I think I preach more than ever. Like, you got to work hard. You got to focus. You got to know what you're about, learn about you. And I think you hit the nail on the head quite well, Inge, is that many people, at least I've experienced in my time being working on the internet in 12 years, is that people do think that it's kind of a lottery ticket to join an online style business, and they don't actually take the time to look at themselves. What is it that I'm all about? What are my values? And building a brand. You know, I've been very strong proponent to brand building and understanding your story. What are the values you can offer, and what do you believe in, for so long? And I notice that so many of these online marketers, they just skip it. They're like, well, if I just skip this and learn how to be a marketer and learn how to sell stuff, then it's going to provide my family with a lifelong business. But in reality, guys, it's so short term that you got to put the time in, learn the way things work. I mean, even these guys are part of our, what we call the, done for you business in a box program, where, our team, we build everything. But heck, you still got to learn how to do it. You've got to take that responsibility. I think my number 4 of the 8 puzzles was take responsibility. Yeah. You have to learn the backbone. Yeah, you can have a lot of support getting it done for you. I mean, heck, it took me, I was doing it myself. It took me years, so long to get all of these main core pieces together. But now you still got to take responsibility. And when you do that, it's a mindset piece. It's shifting the way we think about money and investing in ourselves. See, most of us think we should invest in ourselves. We have to invest in businesses, invest in other things in order to grow. It's quite the contrary when it comes to being an entrepreneur. You have to invest in you, your mind. Otherwise, you're going to get this monkey twisted chatter, and the cogs are going to get stuck, because when you're, and if invested in a business that's not making you money right now, it's going to go, freak you out. But when your mind says, I got this because I'm learning, this is the key elements to building and to knowing that ebbs and flows happen in industries. You learn markets, you learn all kinds of great things as an entrepreneur. But if we start here, we get what happens when there's shifts and changes or it takes time to build. So I think that's a powerful statement. Both of you guys are really a great example of that because I've watched you. You know, we've been working together for nearly a year now. And to see you start with your building your assets, understanding the education first, and then now having highly produced, you know, videos, that we're having a brand new one coming out because we filmed one at the event. And, you know, you took photo shoots. You guys have attended multiple events. You're now speakers. You spoke internationally. You were on the branded show that we produced in New York City about what your passions are. Guys, this is powerful stuff. And this is what this is what we stand for. And thank you guys for being that like beaming light and, you know, inspiring those around us to continue and to watch the processes. So keep an eye on these guys. Make sure you guys follow Dutch Nomad Family. You guys can put it in the comments so people can follow you. So you want to make sure that you watch the progress of what goes on with everyone. Awesome. Thanks, guys. So I know that it's like 2:30 in the morning now, I think. Vladka, she is up so bright and early, but actually you're up late. You're not up early, you're staying up late. I know that you also are still working as well. Yeah, it's quite early in the morning in the UK. But I just absolutely love Vladka's mission. I'm going to have you come out and share it because it's so super cool what her values are based on, what your brand that you're building, and what you want to share. So come out and share with everyone what you're all about and kind of how that developed for you and then like where now you're going.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vladka Kadlec. I'm the Rockin' Gal and the founder of Find It, Hit It, Rock It. So my journey actually started 10 years ago. When I moved over to London. I'm originally from the Czech Republic. And that time I already knew that I wanted to create a better life for myself. So I got myself a corporate job and, you know, I was thinking everything was fine. I was on the right path, you know. And obviously having a 9-to-5 job in a corporate world, as some of you know, Rhonda knows, that it was a dead end for myself. I want to have a family and I don't want to put my child into a childcare after 6 months and I want to travel the world, you know, I just want to enjoy my life. So 1 year ago I realized I had to change this and I came across this cool bunch of people, you know, who were working from their laptops, you know, just, you know, traveling around the world, you know, enjoying their lives. And that moment I knew exactly that it was going to be me. I had no idea what was possible on the internet, but I promised to myself, I'm going to make this happen for myself. So here I am with you guys. So, and to tell you a little bit about my brand and what my mission is. So some of you know that I love breakdancing. I've been dancing for the past 8-9 years now, mainly, which I follow the old school path of this dance, which is called the b-boying, and that's basically where my brand is coming from, the Find It, Hit It, Rock It. And my mission is mainly to inspire people to make that life-changing decision, you know, to find what it is they truly want in life, and then I'm going to help them to take massive action, to hit the ground running, and help them to build a successful business online so they can rock the success.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Like, you inspire me. Like, it's so silly. I get like these crazy goosebumps because I've been able to see this come to life because I know before you're kind of like, well, when you first kind of started, it was a little bit, we call it, you know, evergreen or vanilla, not like strawberry or chocolate. It was kind of like vanilla.
Pistachio.
Yeah, but now you're just like, you got it. And what I just love the most about it and share with everyone is kind of how that developed for you. You know, really how you really were able to start going, yeah, I have value and I want to just really dig into it. Because you at the event, I know it was like, boom, all of a sudden just everything blew up.
Yeah, obviously.
Can you mute out, big guy? Yeah. I love Wayne being here. Just mute out there, bud. Thanks, buddy. I think he's like in Gilly somewhere at some retreat. Brains are rogue adventure.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Before actually I came to the event, I used to watch Brian on his live calls, and he would always say, come to live events and you will have a breakthrough. And I was always thinking, oh my God, he's a bit exaggerating. And I was like a bit skeptical what was going to actually happen. And then it actually, I don't know, I can't say what exactly happened, but I did have a breakthrough there, because when I went there, I was kind of like scared to talk about, my mission, what I do and what I'm up to. But then, because we actually had to face our fears over there, and we shared the fears with all the people who were there, it kind of like came out naturally. So I highly recommend come to live events.
Yeah, we had a great time. That event was powerful. I've been hosting events now, goodness, it'll be tapping now beyond 4 years, personal events of my own. And every time I go, because I get to reconnect with new visions and new passions, I get super inspired. And I was really inspired by you, Vladka, and what you're all about. And, it's true. Live events will completely change the platform of your life, because it's really what you decide to go there for doesn't usually happen, right? Everyone's like, we're going there to learn marketing and get this stuff in order. It totally changes because you go in there raw, and we do things very different at our events. In fact, we come in and we were in a big, gorgeous house in Bali at the very edge of the cliffs, beautiful home, and we all stayed together. So now that's how I started my events, and I kind of got really large. I had hundreds of people, and I realized I lost a bit of connection. So now with the Freedom-Preneur movement, we are fully maintaining that integrity, where we had 2 villas, and there was a total of 18 people there the whole week. And we were able to really connect with each other's stories, because what happens is we learn about each other. Now you guys have a network. Now you have leveraged, to a group and community to help each other. But more so, you really get what you're all about. And I think that was part of it, is we tap into what are you all about, and what are the values that you hold inside of you. And if you get what you believe in, and can you imagine how powerful a brand can be and how you can inspire other people? See, that's what I stand for. It's not about the marketing. And certainly Kim Barrett from Your Social Voice, he's the expert in Facebook marketing. He was there and he shows us how to market on Facebook. But if you don't get who you are, you're just selling something. You're just selling a story. You're not selling a real value. And that is what we stand for, is really building who you are, knowing who you are, and then finding the necessary ways and tools to share it with the world better, using and leveraging social media. And we were able to do that. I'm really excited because there are some dates that I will be announcing. I know everyone is asking me, I've been getting lots of messages. When are the next events? Because we've got thousands of people, and not only in our tribe, that are just like enjoying our environment. In fact, if you are here and you say, I just want to get these guys a little bit better, we're not asking you to pay for anything, by the way. You can check our stuff out on the right-hand side of this page. But more importantly, you can actually join our general tribe, our community. It's just freedompreneurs that think differently, and you can just experience and understand what we're all about. You can ask to join our Facebook group. It's down below us somewhere. You'll find it. Or there's the chat, and you guys can find that button. But make sure you let us know who too. There's a lot of people that are watching. Hundreds are going to watch this recorded, if not thousands. Many of you guys are here live. Thank you for being here. I will be announcing the exact dates, because we're going back to the States in January for the holidays. So we will be having a snow event and a warm event. So hold tight, I'll share you at the end of the call. I'll make sure you know. But thank you, Vladka. It's so awesome to have you share, and I'm super pumped to learn more and to watch it happen. And now next I wanna bring out, this is awesome because super, like, I don't know, it just tickles me in my heart. We started to run this contest. And it was back, in fact, this contest was thought up at the Dutch nomad family's Villa Bloom. I was like, all right, I'm going to do something really big this year. And I'm going to give away one of my events. I mean, our events cost like $10,000. And no joke, we put every dime into the event. They're all inclusive. We stay at the most gorgeous luxury locations. You have a film producer. You've got a photo shoot. all of your digital assets are done for you. Your funnels, everything is really done. And then you learn from 7- and 8-figure earners, right, how to build it, okay? So I said, all right, I'm going to do something ridiculous. Most people around this world are rather, I guess I could say, kind of greedy. They don't want to give away, you know, anything. They want people to really earn it. I'm like, I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to give away a free ticket to our next event. Well, my next event was actually supposed to be in Dubai. Many of you have watched and have like, oh, that's right. They were going to go to Dubai. Well, we ran a contest on winning a free trip to our next event in Dubai. Well, I found out after returning from a Dubai event that I was speaking at called Speak in Dubai, Dutch Nomad family was there, is that there's a lot of restrictions going and bringing an event and people to Dubai. And the government's a bit different. So we've changed drastically, not only because of location, but because of necessity, that we're coming to Bali. Well, we still had this contest. So I'm like, all right, we've got to make this contest work. We've got to, you know, we're going to make it happen. So we had some specific rules, and it was, you have to have been part of our academy. You've got to be an active member. You've got to tick all the boxes off. Well, sure enough, we're in our pool, and if you guys watch the video, we're like, okay, we're going to do it. We opened up our back end, and we had to tick the boxes, and we scrolled through, and we literally were looking at who has been a member of the academy since the start. I think it was like April or something that we started it. And we're like, oh my gosh, Starwin Tonkin is the winner. Well, Starwin is actually a very special person to our family because she was there from the start 4.5 years ago when we thought up this idea of creating a community called the Freedom-Preneur Movement, which just taught people the right way to market, build online assets, and to actually leverage a digital economy. And she was one of the first. And what happened is that startup went crashing down. So we had some funky partners that decided they were going to try to pretend it was theirs. And Brian and I literally had already lost everything 4 years before, regained it all up, invested everything we had again in, and it was taken away from us very quickly. And Starwin has stayed connected to not only our family, our vision, and she's here today, and she was the winner. And so Starwin joined us from Mauritius. She's not just from the States.
Morning.
How are you, gorgeous? Good morning. It's
I'm doing good.
Isn't it? You got up at like 5?
Yep, it's just after 6:30 here, 6:45.
Awesome. Well, the Barefoot 6 is alive and kicking still, Freedom-Preneurs. And you joined us in Bali, and I was like, I can't believe, I feel like I know Starwin. There's no other question that I even felt that we didn't know each other. And sure enough, we came to Bali, and your family's just been doing amazing things. So share a bit about your brand, your experience, and you know what's happening for you, girl.
Wow, where to start? Well, like most people, you know, you leave your country. I left in 2006. I left South Africa with the idea to go for a year. And that year has now turned into 10 years. So we're currently now living in Mauritius. And yeah, my Barefoot 6 is myself and my husband and 4 kids who do life differently. We have always done life differently. And, you know, now to find an avenue where I can inspire others and have my own personal brand, which is the Barefoot Mom, that inspires other moms to go out there, find their passions, share their stories, and inspire more people to, you know, do life differently. And like many have said, and like we all, you know, we're all like-minded, and I think the basis for it all is your mindset. You know, it all starts with your mindset. And yeah, so my mission is just to inspire more families, more moms to go out there, share your story, because everybody has a story to share.
Well, you know, you do something really special because her family, of course, is just an incredible family. And it's not always easy to, you know, take off and to take this huge family to a whole different, you know, island and to really build and grow. And you are an unschooler for your children. And I know that's also part of what you believe in, a part of your values. And your children have just developed incredibly. In fact, I know your son is just now, he's not at home, is he? Where is he?
No, he is traveling. Actually, he's in Brazil right now. About a week ago, he was in Austria. He's a professional kite surfer, and he's been doing that now for the last 2 years. And that's because he's always been encouraged to follow his passions. Like you mentioned, we're an unschooling family, so our children don't go to school, but they follow their passions. And this has allowed my son to now, he started when he was 14, became professional at 15, he's now 17. He's been in Austria snowboarding, that was just for fun, and now he's in Brazil. He'll be doing a 600-kilometer downwinder, and then he's off to Cape Town for 3 months. So he's pretty much gone 7 months of the year, and he travels. So he's following his passions and doing life differently.
And what an amazing example, you know, to show others, especially that, and your children, more importantly, like, look, you just have to follow it, what you believe in, and really go hard at it. Just know that you have to be dedicated at your craft. And I know that's something that, you know, you and Jason put a lot of energy into your children, into the values that you hold for them. And so look what happens. Now we're raising children that believe in themselves, understand what it takes to work hard, and to follow a passion. And
absolutely.
You know, it's powerful. And it's very inspiring. I mean, what I love the most too, Starwin, and of course, all of our panels and all of our Freedom-Preneur tribes, I see Di Downies here. We got so many amazing people that have just been part of our environment and part of our tribe that just believe in the same things. Everyone does something different. Everyone has something completely different that they're up to, and we all support each other in that way. And you don't have to be part of any of our stuff. You just have to contribute to goodness. And this is what we're about. And you know, it's like some people are watching like, wow, you know, here these guys are. They go to Bali, and it's just about taking it to a different level of what you want to do for your life, and getting yourself so scared and uncomfortable that you have a breakthrough. And it's, you know, it's not always easy to leave your family or to leave your home country or to do something new. And when you have a support system of people that are just truly in it to help each other and not about making money, not about any of that. I mean, certainly as a result of us becoming, you know, knowing what our values are and giving back, certainly this is called currency. Otherwise we'd all be, you know, living on a compound together and growing all of our crops and, you know, sharing. And that people do that, and that's great. But we want to be able to, you know, own and have the things that we really do and thrive and want to. And so we also have a referral program. We call it Share the Love. That any of these guys, if they've invited you and you learn and educate from our community, then they get to be shared the love back to them. And I think that's just a powerful way. That's part of that, like, we all kind of live in this kumbaya community, and we're sharing our love together. But this is what we stand for. And so, Starwin, I love what the Barefoot Six represents, and where you've not only built your family, but your values. And now look what's happening to you guys. And it's really awesome. I'm so happy to finally see you in person and hug your neck. And it was awesome. But I'm going to move now on, because I said a little something about really getting super uncomfortable. And I know that for the next amazing woman, she's had like, wow, major transition of understanding and knowledge. But the way that you've taken the learning, the level, the transition in being uncomfortable is just really powerful. And Rose Melcher is, you know, she's also a Dutchie that lives in Bali, friends of the Dutch nomad family. And I know that, you know, obviously we've been able to meet personally, but most people we don't get to meet personally. They just come on a trust and a belief that this is what I want. And it's usually a feeling. And Rose, why don't you come out and share a bit about what your mission is and what's happened for you? Because you just recently decided, all right, I'm going to come to Bali, or not Bali, the event, because you live in Bali. I'm just going to come and I'm going to learn. And you've had a massive, you know, shift in, you know, and breakthroughs of understanding and knowledge. And so share about that for you, because you didn't really know very much about the online world at all. You know, working, you know, in the Ministry of Education. I believe it was the Ministry of Education you were working before. Finance, that's right. Ministry of Finance you were working. So come out and share what your brand is all about, Homemade Home, and what your mission is and how it's been for you.
Yeah, well, it's been a kind of a roller coaster these last couple of months. We came to Indonesia 5 years ago to follow my husband in his job. And we were supposed to be here for half a year, but look at us now. We were 5.5 years later. And I was always working full time, and from that moment on I stepped into the stay-home mom and took care of our 3 children. And I missed something. Being creative and doing creative things have always been part of my life, but I never knew how to make a living with that. So when I met you guys end of July, beginning of August, and you started talking about the mastermind, and I thought it was a bit too soon, but you said, no, it's good. I came, and from that moment I'm building, and all the pieces of the puzzle came together, and now I know that I can share my passion for interior design, home decoration, home cooking, creating homeware and online business. And I wanted to share that with expatriate spouses how they can rebalance their life by creating their own cozy home, and how they can fulfill their entrepreneurial drive wherever you go or have to go. So yeah, it's been a lot. It's working hard, but and stepping out of your comfort zone, like you said, it's really something I don't used to like, but I'm starting to like it. And yeah, you learn, and you learn a lot. And the people I met in the mastermind, we all inspire each other and help each other. And if you feel down, everybody has some positive vibes to send, and you get up back again and start working again. So yeah, it's been good for me.
It's so cool to see, because I know you're like, I have to trust this woman. She's like so intense, and my God, am I seriously? And Louis, her husband's like, I don't know. I think these people are, God, they got to be scam artists, right? There's no way this can work.
That's his nature, yeah.
We trusted, but obviously, and this is the great part about what I do love about transparency, and especially people that are watching you for the first time, going, "Wow!" All of a sudden, Rose is showing videos and sharing what you believe in, and you're now you're packaging up. I like to call it. We are productizing ourselves, right? That means I call productizing where you package up your knowledge. So now everyone here is able to leverage Freedom-Preneur and offer and say, hey, yeah, let us get this stuff done for you, and we'll help you learn with our community. But really, it's what is inside of you, and you're packaging up. You're starting to see, so like, and now you're the
I think something's going on with my internet.
It's because you're showing people. And when you show people what you're doing and people can see your progress, I mean, my goodness, now it's unlimited. I mean, here you're like, the other day I saw it at school, and Rose like, well, I have an article to go write for my blog. You would have never said that before, would you?
No, it's really great. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and now you're shooting. You shot your highly professional film, and I know everyone was like nervous. It was like hair and makeup day. Everyone's all dressed up. We got the camera there. Dan Usher is the incredible filmmaker. Pulled out and extracted your story from you, and now this is an asset you're going to be able to share. People are going to really be able to get what you're all about, and it's that quick. That was just in August. I mean, that's only like been 3.5 months.
Yeah.
Right. And now you've got your blog, your website. Now you're learning sales funnels. Did you ever expect that you'd learn what a sales funnel is?
No, absolutely not. No. That's also the good thing and the nice thing. You learn all kind of different things. You learn how to work the funnels. You learn how to make your blog. You learn how to shoot videos. Build a website, do all the social media things. It's so much, but that makes it so, for me, it makes it also very positive and not a problem to work hard, because everything you learn is good to learn and nice to learn.
And it's something too that it's an invaluable education. I really believe it's invaluable. It's something that you have to understand. If you're not leveraging the digital economy, I mean, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. And if you're in an economy or a country that maybe is a bit volatile, right? You've got to be able to know if you tap into the world economy, then you will never, ever struggle, because there's now unlimited amount of human beings and bodies that can connect to what your message is and maybe what your product or service is. So you never have to rely on your foot traffic into your personal business, or you never have to really rely on, you know, who gets to see you and who gets to see your products or your services. And to me, that's actually very powerful. And I think that learning these bits and pieces of understanding, you know, social media and how to actually connect with people. I mean, did any of you guys know that are, you know, watching that, you know, just understanding how to use Facebook. Facebook has a thing that's called, you know, your custom audiences, and you learn what we call it avatar, your perfect client, your perfect customer, that one person that is very connected to your story, your mission, your values, your interests, that you can find them and literally narrow down, razor sharp, into attracting and sharing your message to that one person. See, that is powerful to know that that's what marketing does. And that's actually when my business blew up, of course, the 8 pieces of this puzzle that I was already, you know, adding to me, it was when I put a Facebook ad up, and I learned the power of one ad and one target. Getting that if I found that one woman was just like me, she was a corporate executive, she didn't want to put her kids in daycare, she had to earn 6 figures because that's what I was earning, and she wanted to build a business and use the internet. That's a lady, that's a woman, that's me. So I found out how to place an ad that wrote and spoke directly to her, share my message, and then sure enough, I was able to solve a problem that she had. So I was able to find that. That's what Facebook does for us. And every one of these guys here and all of our tribe, and if you're building a business and leveraging the social media, you get it, that there's people that are like you, that want to learn how to, you know, build a home wherever they live around the world. That means creating the environment. And it's got a lot of beliefs. I know her brand covers a lot of beliefs. Since Inge, she's a health and wellness strategist, and really helping you live a balanced life. So yeah, their balance is, you know, being able to be with their friends and family, being able to, you know, leverage the online world, right, making an income, but it's also eating healthy foods, right? There's so many pieces to their values of their brand that all connect together. And if you can find someone that believes in just that, now you can not only help them with your products or your services, package up your personal knowledge, right, and offer it to someone online with a digital product, which I've got a new product program coming out that many of you will be very excited about. I'm going to help you guys get your first program created in under 48 hours. Believe me, we're going to do it and I'll prove it. But I digress. Point is, getting this type of information and education, look at the possibilities. Rose had no idea about the internet. And now all of a sudden, here she is. She's writing blog posts and sharing her passions with video and learning Facebook marketing. I mean, heck, it's a very powerful way. So all of you, I want you to really hear what's happening. And I want you not to run off, because we got a guy here that's a big runner, but we got him standing still. We usually cannot get Wayne on a video or live unless he's moving, because he's the rogue adventurer. And Wayne is also, of course, a freedompreneur, and he's doing amazing things. Because you got to share your tagline, because I absolutely love it, Wayne. And where are you right now? I think you're in Gili or something, right? What's going on with Wayne, the rogue adventurer, right now? Where are you?
I'm in Gili Trawangan, so an island east of Bali, and I'm here doing a 200-hour yoga course.
Wow, awesome. And here he is. See, we've actually had him standing still. He's usually running, so now he's in the stand yoga mode.
I am, but I've been running laps around the island every day, and I beat the record for the island lap. So I'm the fastest man around the island now.
I love it. Fantastic. So share what the rogue adventurer means, what being a freedompreneur has become and means to you, and like what is your vision and your mission to share with the world?
Yeah, well, you asked about my tagline before. My tagline is going places, running races. Now, I firmly believe that everybody has the ability within them to live their own dreams, and basically to go places that they choose and to run their own races. So personally, in 2015, I moved to Bali, Indonesia, basically because I wanted to get away from the stresses and the hassles of life. Basically, within Australia, you know, things weren't going as well as what they could have. So then I moved to Indonesia, and then I actually met Brian and Rhonda, and it was a pretty crazy thing because I'd been following Brian for a few years, and through working with Brian, Rhonda, and then the rest of the Freedom-Preneur crew, we've actually managed to build this awesome program which anyone can get on to learn to leverage the digital economy. It's absolutely amazing. So what I've been doing, part of doing the mastermind in Bali, and then also now doing the yoga course here in Gili, is the fact that it's giving me tools that I need to be able to go and help and impact people's lives. So at the moment, I'm collaborating with Tom and Inge, and we're going to run a retreat out of the villa up at Villa Bloom. And that wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been for the mastermind and meeting them and then working together and learning how we can actually be more powerful as a group. And that's just the amazing thing there. So basically, the Freedom-Preneur Academy, the Freedom-Preneur movement, and everybody within it is just a massive tribe of people who are so dedicated to each other and dedicated to each other's success. So that's basically what it means for me.
Yeah, and it's so great. I mean, that's what I really love about you, Wayne, is that you've stayed so, unifocused on what it is your brand is and what you believe in. It was really cool. I remember being at the mastermind the very first day, and it's like, obviously you encompass everything about being the rogue adventurer, and we're really trying to get that tagline, because that's something that I love, is that's really getting that message down so it connects with somebody right away. And you're like, you had already kind of thought about it, running races, going places and running races, because that's what you're about. You travel around the world and you run races, inspire people to live their life full out, and you do it through running a race, because I know there's a lot of personal development that is involved, and mindset that's involved, and being the type of runner that you are. I mean, Wayne runs like hundreds of miles. It's not even funny what he does. Like, I used to run 10 miles. I ran one marathon. I thought I was going to die. So I was a sprinter back in my day. So I just run as fast as I can. I thought I was going to literally die. Never ran a marathon again. But what it is, it's about you, about what you believe in. And now you're able to take what that is and leverage it into building retreats. I know that you and Bree have incredible health and wellness company that you represent. And now you're able to really show everything you believe in, using not only the digital assets, we call them, like, killer, sexy fame banner, and website, and great video assets and photo shoots and all that cool stuff. But really also now it's about just fully pulling everything together and sharing it with the world with your message. And that's what I love. And I know Wayne is, it's so cool to see this collaboration. A joint venture is in a collaboration. It's when it's two people have great assets and great things that they both do, and then they come together to make it better. I've had some really cool collaborations, and you want to always align yourself with the values that someone else has, and they both come to the table with power that it can help blow up your idea. And to me, that is what a mastermind stands for. If you've ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, have you ever read it? Get it. It's by Napoleon Hill. It's written back in the 30s. We're going to have a Unstoppable edition that's coming out very soon, in about 20 days. The Unstoppable edition of Think and Grow Rich. And he talks about the mastermind theory. And the mastermind theory is like, you take two batteries, right, that have energy, but you bring them together, and the collaboration, the connection of not only minds, batteries of energy, it produces more. So what happens is when we come together, all of us have our own individual, we're all our own individual batteries. We come together, boom, it's like power. And what happens is powerful ideas, it's inspiration, it's motivation, it's new things. And then what happens is this mission of, hey, let's just share with people what we believe in, our values, turns into something bigger. Because then we inspire someone else with our story. We get out of our own way of being nervous about what I have, and I can't go on the camera, and I know we've all been there. All of us were there that day on photo day and film day, like, oh, I sound like a moron. Great part about it is editing is there. That's what Dan's great at, editing. But when you just get through that and you allow yourself to flub up and say funny things, people love that. So if I'm going to leave anyone a message about when you're just truly tapping into you, being real and authentic, letting yourself go, letting that happen, right? Like, look, if I was in the corporate world, I sure as heck wouldn't be doing this in my offices with my doctors. I'd be like, hello, doctor, good to see you. But I don't really care, because you know why? I'm so pumped on what I believe in, what my values are, and yelling and getting a little wild and crazy just makes me feel good. So, right, so we can be real and authentic. And that's what I love about knowing who you are, what you believe in. And that's what the Freedom-Preneur movement is, and why all of us have come together as one, just to say, boom, let's just inspire you guys to be great. And if we can help you doing that, then sure, join our tribe, right? You can go ahead over here and take a look at our academy. We've got a killer academy. In fact, it took me eight months to fully film this. It's very highly produced. It's 8 pillars. As you guys know, there's 8 pieces of the puzzle, but there's also 8 pillars to building and learning the education that you need to actually even start building a business online. And they're all very highly well produced. They're all very professionally done. 86 hours actually, 8 modules of 86 hours of education, and it's constantly growing. In fact, you'll notice there's a lot of different personalities and professionals that are inside of our academy that have not only worked with us and grown and become an expert in their craft, but they're contributors, and it constantly changes, right? We've got a whole new Facebook section now that's being added in by Kim Barrett from Your Social Voice, expert, does the marketing for Gary Vee, high-end celebrities, right? And he also is running our co-op that we have. And so we're just constantly changing, right? And so that's the academy piece, which is the education piece. Do it yourself, at your own pace, learning, growing together in our group. And or we have what we like to call the Done For You Business in a Box program, where all those assets we talked about that these guys have, you're able to tap into allowing us and our team to help you build them and get them done for you, so that you can now begin building your own programs and products. But then leverage the academy as well. We leverage the Freedom-Preneur movement with our Share the Love program. So if you guys are like, wow, I really dig this. This totally feels like what I'm all about. Awesome. We'd love to have you join us. If you go on to either one of those. Business in a Box lets you have a strategy session with Brian. You can't buy anything. You have to make sure that you're right for it. But if you do want to join our academy, feel free. We're doing 7 days. Totally free for you. Cancel whenever you want. It's totally up to you. And it's $47 a month, and or you can just become a lifetime member and stay in the community forever. But the point of this show wasn't to sell you anything. It's actually inspire you, to allow you to see that there's something different out there. There's different people out there that are not just in it to get you to buy something from them. They're actually here to inspire and to learn and to grow. And if it triggers you at all to say, I want to do that, I need that, I'm going to take responsibility first and do the work, but I need that, then certainly we'd love to have you join us. You can do it in the group as well below. Ask questions. These guys are there. Thousands of people are in there. You might also be in our Kickstarter program, kind of like just got in that, we call it like the pre, program to the big program. That's a place for you to learn, and you can, ask more questions there too. But there are a few people that we're missing that were in Bali that I do want to give credit to, because they've got incredible brands and missions. They couldn't be here for their personal reasons. I know we've got Mel Fry, who's the creative girl. She does great things. She's built incredible jewelry. In fact, I had my bracelet here. I took it off because it was hitting my computer. And Mel's about really being creative and taking their creativity and turning it into a business. And she's a Freedom-Preneur. So Mel's not here. Catherine Wright as well, from the Wright Property Group. She's a real estate agent. And she's building as a Freedom-Preneur, using these digital assets like blogs and websites and video to build her real estate business. And of course, she's leveraging, and as a residual income stream, leveraging our program so that she can teach other real estate agents to learn how to be a marketer online. Pretty awesome. Hi, real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent. How are you online? Oh, I'm part of the Freedom-Preneur community. We have an academy, $47 a month. Learn everything you need to know to be a real estate agent that's more valuable than the others. See, that to me is power, is to be able to show other people that are building their own business how to use what we've created. And if they're like, I want to come to an event, awesome. Because we do have some events that are coming up. In fact, we have the first half of our year is already booked. We will be having our next event will be in Whistler, BC. And if anyone has followed our family at all, our plans were to move to Whistler. But there's been some changes and developments in our family and my daughter's opportunities for fashion. So we're sticking around in Bali. We love Bali. But we're going back to the snow. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be hosting an event from the 11th to the 16th in Whistler, British Columbia. Of course, it's going to be prime time snowboarding and skiing time. So we are I'm already looking at an incredible, gorgeous, wooden, beautiful home right next to Whistler, the mountain that we'll all be staying in. We've got some really special not only speakers, but contributors that are going to be part of this specific event. They're all different, by the way. Freedompreneurs do all different things. So yes, we always will leverage, get those assets that you need, but then we're going to bring different forms of education, different types of people so that we can all build upon it. So put that in your books. We will be opening it up for reservations for you guys to be part of. We have a, I'll be able to share the links with you guys, an application. It was actually supposed to be for the Bali event, but this application will be for both events. It's actually unstoppablefamily.com / I believe it's Bali 2017, but Brian will post that up. That will also give you the application to have a discussion with us if it's right for you to be in Whistler from the 11th to the 16th. And then we will be coming back to Bali because, of course, we live here. It's awesome here. Everyone wants to be here. And that next event will be on the 13th to the 18th of April. So 13th to the 18th of April. Also, please take note, again, as I started off this call, is that all of our events we do much better when they're private and they're more VIP structured. So there will be no more than 10 participants at every event. So that way that we typically will have about 5 or 6 speakers and contributor, myself and Brian, of course, included. Kim Barrett is now our partner, our direct partner in Facebook marketing. So if you do need help there, we also can refer you to Kim and his company to assist in marketing your personal businesses. But we had Phil Wilson most recently, and Martin, I don't want to blow Martin's name, but Martin has a 6 million email list, and he taught email marketing at this last event. Martin was there. Now we're going to be having some brand new people. Phil Wilson was actually at the last event. He's part of the tribe. He's been at our events, started with knowing nothing to now being an Instagram expert and a trainer inside of the tribe. And Phil was just in Bali, but we will be having new characters and new ideas. Of course, Dan Usher is our filmmaker. Dan will be back to both events. Dan's a Canadian, so he's super pumped to go back to Whistler. But we'll be filming different things with Dan coming up in these next events. So a lot of great things happening for you to not only get the opportunity to either be part of the tribe, to be part of our academy, the do-it-yourself education piece, which still allows you to have access to all of us. And then also if you're like, man, I'm ready to be part of this Business in a Box done-for-you program, then we're here for you as well. We can find out if we can help you because we can't help everyone. Not everyone is, has the assets or the know-with-all to really be ready to do it. And our Business in a Box program also does include an event. So that's a big deal at our called the Freedom-Preneur Box level. That includes our next event. So you get to choose, I want to come to Whistler or I want to be in Bali. Then you get to choose which event you'd like to be at. So with that being said, guys, it's a bit after the hour. I'm really excited and really grateful to not only have all of you guys joining us, to meeting you, to sharing what we're all about here in this amazing movement and community, but to have you join us at maybe our upcoming event. And we will be, again, there's only 10 spots, so there will be, Brian, put that in the chat so you guys can see it now. There will be an application process that you'll be able to choose from. And again, seats are limited. The returners will always be able to come. They're going to become now our, they're the best case studies and testimonials because why bring someone back if you haven't helped them be successful, right? And that's the mission. So now we're going to continue to build upon that. And yeah, so thank you guys for being here. Thank you for entrusting in us. If you're watching this live, great. Always come live. You know why? Because we always do something at the very end of the show that's going to help the live ones win something. So if you're watching this recorded, come next time live. We do this every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Bali. And there's a lot of great stuff that happens, inspiration, share it with anyone, total value-based show. All right, so I got to bring something on. Is any of you guys, let's see, ask a question that somebody should know so that we can give away a free Freedom-Preneur t-shirt? Anyone have a question that they should know?
How long are Brian and Rhonda married in November?
Oh, good one. All right, so the first person that puts it on the down below, how long have Brian and I been married, that we'll be celebrating our anniversary coming up next week in Perth. And by the way, that's right, if you guys are from Australia, or you're from Western Australia specifically, we are hosting a 2-day in the office in Perth. And we're going to Margaret River to celebrate and to film and do all kinds of cool stuff, launching my book, all of that great stuff. We will be doing that in next week. So if you guys are like, I want to join you, then let me know. Let's see. All right, Swan, are you seeing? I'll reload the newest. Oh, let's see. Hold on. I got to see the newest comments. Anyone down there below? I haven't seen any responses as of yet, but I think I need to reload the page. Everyone gets so used to coming and watching the recording, which is normal. Not yet. All right, we've got some close ones. Yeah, let's see. We'll have to we'll keep watching. If you guys get it before we go, we'll make sure that we connect directly with you. Almost, Victoria. Close. Let's see if she gets it or anyone else gets it. But anyways, guys, it was really great to have you here. Yeah, you know what I want to do? I want to make sure you guys know, too. My book is launching, and if you're on the list, you get access to it for 99 cents from Kindle. Print version will be open, too. But get on my list, unstoppablemama.com/book. I'm supposed to actually have this on this page, and I forgot to add it. But I'd be grateful to share my story with you. Who got it? Yeah, how long have we been married with Noelle? Which Noelle? What's her last name? Oh, dude, it's a dude. Brian says it's a dude. Awesome. Well, we will connect with you directly to make sure that you get your Freedom-Preneur shirt shipped to you by Moody Tees. Moody's actually part of the tribe as well, been a part of our tribe for years. And we only ship out and wear Moody Tees because we always support our own, our other Freedom-Preneurs. All right, cool. All right, we got you. So there we go. Noelle Ortega. Cool, man. Awesome. You live in Weatherford, Texas. So cool to have you part of the tribe and being here. Are you in Amsterdam right now, though? You might be in Amsterdam. So got all these Dutchies around. Noelle's in Amsterdam. And great to have you. You won. We'll be connecting with you directly to get you your own shirt. But we got to ship it. Amsterdam might be tough to ship it to, but we can do it. We just recently had to ship one to Hong Kong, I think, to a guy in Hong Kong. But anyways, guys, great to have you here. Thanks for being here. Share this show. You can share live.freedompreneursshow.com. Let others share this and see this. By the way, all of these guys are going to be featured in Huffington Post this Saturday as well. I'm a contributor to the publication. All of them are going to be featured in the Huffington Post. It's another bonus about being part of our tribe. And excited to see more of these brands developed. And contact these guys directly, ask them some questions, find out if it's legit or not. And if you want to join us, we'd be more than welcome and happy to have you guys. So have a great one, everyone. And as always, be unstoppable. See you next week. Cheers, guys.